Hi guys, welcome to episode 8 of the Shannon's Logic podcast. We've been talking about branding and rebranding and how you have to tell stories and connect with your customers and clients. We've also been talking about when you are branding and rebranding to make sure that you know what your story is and you know what your brand what you want your brand to mean to you, but also portray that in a way that it's going to be appealing to your customers.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Thanks, Steph.
Oh my God.
So what we really want to talk about with branding is what's your identity, where do you want to be, and who do you want to see your brand? And what really matters, and what I just saw on a pretty cool, I think it was an Intuit picture, but it says your brand is about what the public perceives your brand as it being. Your brand is not what you want it to be. It's not sunshine and gum. Whatever you want it to be, it's not what it's going to be. It's what the public perceives it as. And so you have to build a brand around the people and teach the people what they should understand and know about your brand. And you do that, like we always say, by producing content and giving them value and showing them what you're about. So they develop that persona behind your brand. Big things: don't get into scandals. Don't do dumb stuff with your brand. And don't do the things like, what are the things that ruin brand stuff? Oh my gosh.
Why do you put me on the spot?
Because we're on a freaking podcast talking right now.
Oh. I don't know. Let me Google that.
That's illegal.
Oh. What ruins brands, Chan?
Things that ruin brands are talking about things that are going to offend your people. So we usually don't talk about politics. We don't talk about religion. We don't talk about hot button issues unless those issues are directly associated with your brand.
Okay.
If you run like...
Perfect. That's what I Googled.
If your brand is a church, then you're obviously going to talk about religion. If you're a political activist committee, you're obviously going to talk about politics. But if you're in a brand that should be neutral with these things, you shouldn't bring out your emotions and your feelings about those things because that's going to represent your brand.
Sometimes people get their feelers hurt
by
talking about politics.
Yeah, so people, especially on the internet, aren't very good at rational conversations. So big thing is just to stay away from that kind of stuff unless you want that to define your brand. I see a lot of small business owners make the mistake of getting all fired up about a topic and then going and writing a big old thing on their brand's Facebook page about it. And then don't do it. Don't be emotional with your brand.
It offends people.
Only be emotional in the right way. And if you have an unethical brand and your job is just to offend 20% of the people all the time, then that's going to be your unethical brand and it's going to develop that unethical attitude. So don't do that kind of stuff unless that's who you are and who you want your brand to be.
So, on that note, we were going to talk to you guys about our story and how our company came about, because it started as not StoneAgeFuel. It started as...
So originally we called it Enduranastics. It was a terrible name.
Sense.
Neither of us like running. Steph was a gymnast.
That makes sense.
So that makes sense. We just combined endurance and gymnastics into a workout every day.
It was weird.
At that point, I was in school for biology and biochemistry. Steph was in school for biology.
I was done
She
with
had
school.
Graduated. She's like 47, in case anybody didn't realize.
This was 2011.
Okay, yeah, Steph looks young. She's in her 40s.
No, I'm not.
Okay, she's 30, everybody. How old are you?
I'll be 32 in a
Oh
few
my
months.
gosh, she's really old.
That's mean.
But so our brand started off as Enduranastics. It was a terrible name. So what we started doing in school was we started talking about the supplement industry. We started talking about their claims. We started talking about a lot of fitness claims. And we just started blogging about it once a week, what we thought about different multi-level marketing supplements, what we thought about fructose, vitamin D, what we thought about some of these outlandish claims that you hear from a lot of these companies. And I just wrote a blog about it. People started following that blog kind of all over the world. We started getting a lot of emails and comments. And so then we got to a point to where we had something people followed and we wanted a name to kind of back it up, and Enduranastics made no sense.
0 sense. We were also talking about nutrition and the paleo diet.
Yeah, this was a point. Myself, I was into the paleo diet. I was good friends with Rob Wolf, so I was always going back and forth with him and talking. And I felt like it was the best way for people to eat and stay healthy in the long run. And this was back when this was voodoo magic, and everyone was like, "Hey, you're drunk, you're crazy." Nowadays, everybody's doing it.
Funny story. When we first met, he was on paleo. I was like, I refuse. But I was overweight, and I had been working on losing weight even before I met him. So I had actually, I moved out here in like 6 years ago, exactly, 2010. Didn't know anybody, didn't have family, but my parents retired out here. So I moved out here, started swimming, thought I was eating healthier.
She was eating lean pockets and lean cuisines, in case you were wondering what she was eating.
I don't like to cook, so microwaves are my best friend. But so I was swimming, and I had lost 15 pounds just off of my lean pocket and lean cuisine and swimming diet. But I plateaued. I met him, I don't know, the following year, and then he said, "Oh, this paleo diet, you should try it, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, haha, you're funny. I'm not trying that. That's crazy. I love pasta and I love bread. So that didn't go over so well when we first met. And then he invited me to, who was it, Mark Sisson.
Yeah, Mark's Daily Apple.
Yeah. So to listen to a little bit more of what the paleo diet actually was. So I sat through that and kind of thought they were all crazy. So eventually he broke me, and I started trying paleo diet, and I ended up losing, I think, another like 15 pounds after that. Lost 30 pounds in the course of like 8 months.
Yeah, she was crushing it. So that started to kind of define what our brand was. It was, how do we eat in a way that makes sense primally, in the way we kind of should function, and that makes sense in terms of how our immune system's going to work and not create autoimmune issues.
Mm-hmm.
How do we get people to lose weight, get over autoimmune problems, and increase performance? And we felt the paleo diet was the kind of the top way to do it. And so that started defining what our brand was. And we were already blogging about that kind of stuff by going after the nutritional industry, since they put out blatant lies all the time. Then the next piece was we were doing fitness stuff. So at that time, it was the infancy of, it was before CrossFit really blew up. It was, what year was this?
This was all 2011.
So I started doing CrossFit for me in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
Started the paleo stuff in 2008. This was back when we were OG original gangsters. So we were in our gyms. I think we had like a little L-shaped corridor. Maybe it was 600 square feet. It was awesome. But back then, it was about getting together, working out, having fun, meeting up, doing dumb stuff, because at that time there was no YouTube videos to watch. There was no weightlifting people to pay attention to. It was just like, hey guys, did you see that thing they posted the other day? You want to figure it out? Sure. And so then we tried to figure it out and made stuff work. But the real thing that kept me grounded with it and that got me excited about the whole thing was just that every day I got with a group of people that just wanted to have fun, wanted to sweat together. They weren't afraid to try new things. They weren't afraid just to go out and fun with fitness and life.
Mm-hmm. So that's how StoneAgeFuel came about. Yay! Because, caveman style life. So Stone Age, caveman, haha. That's where that came from. StoneAgeFuel.
Yeah, so we called our guys, we got the logo. It's a blue caveman, and then it says StoneAgeFuel underneath it. Mm-hmm. And so the caveman we call him Kenzo the caveman. Mm-hmm. He exemplifies kind of our foundation and our base. And then the word Stone Age Fuel outlined who we are. So when the public sees that, they see Stone Age Fuel. And everybody kind of has this idea that we're this primal-based organization where we teach people how to eat healthy and how to work out. And we tell people kind of what works and what doesn't. We don't spout crazy stuff like the nutritional industry. And based off all that, once we got that figured out, we got the logo made and got set up with all of that, we started getting invited to go to gyms. And so we started traveling and giving our Stone Age Fuel, what do we call it, Fluff to Tough seminar?
No, Healthy You.
Oh, Healthy You Challenge or something like that.
The nutrition portion of StoneAgeFuel was was the beginning. The gym portion came later.
Yeah, so we started doing nutritional seminars. I think we did them in Oregon, Utah, California, Reno.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of them we gave out, and then at this point we decided maybe we should look into opening a gym. And so this is the point to where we considered affiliating with CrossFit.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got the affiliation at that point, and we were pretty excited about it. But we still, at this point, we decided that we wanted our own brand to still be what defines us. And we didn't want to depend on the CrossFit name to kind of support what we do and to pull us along with whatever they want to do.
Yep. We've always been known as Stone Age Fuel. Some people ask if we're even CrossFit affiliates, but we are.
Yeah, we are. And I think the way your brand should be identified and defined is your brand is your brand. Your brand is what defines you and what the public perceives you as. Mm-hmm. So you need to be able to control that message. And if you can't control the message behind your brand, you're not going to be able to control when people get offended. Mm-hmm. So what we wanted Stone Age Fuel. CrossFit is an affiliation, so we use it because we like the method and we like the idea, but it doesn't define who we are. Just like our USA Weightlifting affiliation, we're affiliated with them for weightlifting, but they don't define who we are. Right. Stone Age Fuel is what defines who we are, and that's what the public sees our brand as.
Mm-hmm. And our biggest thing, I think, especially like for me in that way that I kind of had to change my lifestyle, is that this has always been about living a healthy life and staying fit for life, eating healthy, to maintain just a healthy body weight, body image, not necessarily being this lean, mean, like cut little machine. I mean, it's always just been about us being fit for life is our motto. So
yeah, our foundation has always been get fit for life, have fun in the gym, come in here a couple, 2-3 days a week, and then go outside and have fun and use your fitness. So we started this whole thing and this whole idea behind get fit in here so you can go out of here and do things.
Live your life and have fun.
Yeah, go out and snowboard, keep up with your kids, go ski, surf, whatever you want to do. What you're doing in here is making it so you can do that. If you want to go hiking with your kids, that's why you train in here. Mm-hmm. We don't want people to come in here 7, 8, 9, 10 days a week and just kill themselves every day, twice a day, 3 or 4 hours to try to make it to some high-level competition. Our gym has never been about competition. Competition doesn't define us.
There's 10 days in a week.
Well, there are now. Have you seen the way some of these guys train? Yeah.
10 days a week?
There's 10 days a week.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. Huh. You have to add in extra days because there's not enough time. Oh. And so we can do that.
Oh, okay. 10 days a week training.
Yep. 6 days a week. Every time.
6 days.
I don't know if anybody knows this, but Steph's drunk.
It's 9 a.m.
I know, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. But so what our whole brand, and to this day, it's just about family, getting fit, and having fun. And we do it in a professional way. We've learned how to utilize solid systems, and we've learned really what the ideal pathway for us is, and we understand now how to get the public to perceive us in that way. Mm-hmm. We produce content that's oriented around increasing your lifestyle, increasing your health, helping your nutritional habits, working on your family, and all of that stuff. We don't produce content on how to be the top 10 CrossFit Games athlete. We don't produce content on how to be the best exerciser in the history of the world or any of that stuff, because that's not what defines us.
I'm not the best exerciser, even close.
Nor do we want to be. I want to be in here 3 days a week working out, and then I want to go outside and go swim. I enjoy swimming a lot. I want to go surf. I don't want to run very much. Running sucks.
I hurt myself running twice.
But, yeah, Steph has like an aversion to running. It never works out for her.
I don't know. My body just doesn't like to run.
I think it's because she's a gymnast. Every gymnast I've ever met is allergic to running.
Yes. I was bad at running even when I cried when they used to make us run.
See. So just think of your brand. It doesn't have to be defined in the way we define our brand. Your brand can be 100% competition. You can be the best exerciser in the world. If that's what you want your brand to be, or if you want to be the best weightlifting club in the world, or if you want whatever you want, you need to set your brand up in a way that defines that. Mm-hmm. So I think we see too many logos that depend on another brand in the logo for that brand.
Co-branding.
And so what we need to do is develop a logo that when people look at it, they say they can develop an idea around what you do, who you are, and a sense of whether or not they think they like what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So our logo, the caveman, it's blue and orange, bright, nice colors. People become associated with it,
Mm-hmm.
and they like it. I think I see too many skulls and crossbones. I see too many just pictures of kettlebells, pictures of people like doing weightlifting movements. All of that stuff isn't going to define your brand, and it's often going to scare people away.
Yeah, it's common to see it, so it doesn't make it stand out from anybody else's. This is Kenzo.
Kenzo the caveman. He's pretty exciting.
People know.
He's
like,
pretty unique.
StoneAgeFuel. Even with just that, it doesn't even say StoneAgeFuel on that shirt. But they identify the caveman, and they're like, huh, StoneAgeFuel.
Yeah, it's identifiable and easily recognizable, and that's what you should develop with your brand. So we talked about branding in the last episode, and we felt like this one we should talk about how we developed ours to give you guys an idea of how to develop yours.
Yes. And that's our story.
Hope you like it. If you got questions, ask them in the comments. If you like what we're putting out, please share it. It helps us a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We just want to put out information and content that's going to help everybody out. And we don't have an agenda behind it. This is just us doing fun stuff in this super hot room right now.
It's 100 degrees in Reno right now.
Yeah, 105 yesterday. It's horrifying. But subscribe to our channel and share it. And if you have any questions, post them in the comments and we'll answer them, or we'll use them in a future episode. Yep. Thanks for watching.
Bye.